Yeah, through that. I have no idea where that went.
Welcome back to Fix Dish, everybody. Here I am working on a Shuttlewagon 6030. Today we have to replace a air valve that is sticking. The air valve we're replacing is in control of the couplers, sanders, air knives, and the air horn. And we're going to swap it out. It's an update kit, which means that it may not fit exactly how you want it to. And unfortunately, this kit didn't come with any instructions. So I'll have to figure out some of the stuff on my own. So let's go ahead and get inside here and get warmed up. It's pretty chilly today.
Alright, so here we go. Headed up the Shuttlewagon. Okay. Push this console back. Alrighty. Oh yeah, that's loud and annoying. Let's see if it starts. That cranked a while. So the first thing I'm going to do is probably the most labor intensive part of this is underneath here. We'll flip that around so it's out of the way. So underneath here, here's all our control components. And what's happening is this air control valve. Oops. Where's the light? This air control valve down here is sticking. The spools, the shuttles inside are sticking. I checked it electrically to make sure there's not like voltage left over or anything like that is like hanging those open, and there's not, and you can like unplug it and all that kind of stuff, and the valve just stays open. And so what I ended up doing, this is for the air horn. It was sticking so much, I just took some of this air tube, melted it shut, and made a dummy because they were just driving around with the air horn just on all the time. And you've got a supply line that comes up here, and these are closed until they're commanded. So when I hit the horn here, you can see it's being commanded to close, and then that opens its valve. There should be no air coming out of here until it's commanded. So I'm going to take this off. Hopefully it's not shooting air right. Which basically, if I had this hooked up right now, that air horn would be going off nonstop. That's stuck in the open position. These are for like your couplers. So this is our front coupler. So you see there's nothing coming out now that I unhooked that air line. So if I hit the front air coupler, and that's what's supposed to happen. But these were sticking too. Like it would shuttle over and this would stick. And then you would have to hit this one. So this happens in the same valve section to shuttle it over the other way to allow this one to work. So how this one's shut right now, even with the air line off and nothing's coming out, that's how this air horn should work. That one's extremely clogged. So I am removing all this and swapping out with the new valve, and that's where we're going to start today. So this is the changeover kit. It's not just a different color. They're actually kind of oriented different. Probably different manufacturer, or maybe the model that we're put on there is different. So this is going to get put on slightly differently. Maybe it's mounted different. I'm not sure. So that's what we're going to hopefully figure out, is how to get this on here. this has to get drained of air. I'm pretty sure there was supposed to be a different bracket, but I think I can make it work the way that it is. We'll find out. Not sure. So let me drain the air first, and then we'll get to disconnecting the stuff. Got this off here. This is how it's mounted. Got like a track thing on the back. I got that off. The new one doesn't mount this way. The kit didn't come with instructions, but I think I discovered something of maybe how this is supposed to be done. So we said that was mounted center. That track is center line. Cool. This, if you mount it center line, is wider. We can't have that, so we gotta offset it. What's cool is these brackets, if you set them over the original nut certs, they line up, and if you move it over to line up with that, that lines up. So I think that was partially on purpose that was done that way. Kind of looked out, I guess. So the other cool part is the standoffs that the kit came with fit that nut cert. So that's perfect. Really all I have to do is set this in place like that. Mark my 2 additional holes. Drill those. I don't have nut certs with me, so I'll probably just nut it on the backside, and then I gotta find 2 more screws. This kind of sucks because when I was putting the standoffs in, one of them, it looks like it like pulled out. It's machine. This is aluminum, and I barely had any torque on it whatsoever, and it literally jerked what was left of the stud out of the bottom of this. So what I'm gonna do is drill that bottom part open, and it's threaded most of the way through, and I might even be able to thread it the rest of the way through, and I will basically treat this like a coupler nut. I just need to be able to find 2 screws, one that can screw it into the back and one that can screw it through the front. I should still be able to use this. It's unfortunate, but it's what I'm gonna have to do. Okay, the sun's really low in the sky. It's freaking winter. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna chuck this up. Like I said, it's aluminum, so I gotta be kind of on the careful side. And I'm gonna run it through the threaded side. I'm pretty sure it's 1024. Yikes. Pretty sure that's 1024. You gotta be real careful with the pressure. You don't want to crush it down. Like I said, I'm just gonna run that right out the bottom. Should work. Break the chip off. Break the chip off. Break the chip off. All right. Looks like that went just fine. Okay, that fits great. Good. I am going to Loctite this just in case. All right, so I'm out the bottom now. Looks like the original screw is good. So now I need to find a matching screw. Let me put this away. So I'm pretty happy with the length of this one already because I know it's going to go through that valve section at the right length. So I'm going to take my new one and I'm going to cut it down to about like half of that because all it's got to do is go through the sheet metal. Okay. And then, oh yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And then we'll clean that up. Yeah, through that, I have no idea where that went. All right, so clearly there were some things that were not thought of when it comes to this valve. That was fine. That was fine. That stuff transferred over just fine. From there, this did not transfer over fine. These are offset, which means they're closer together than normally. These do not fit well. So what I ended up doing is shaving the plastic body in between them, otherwise they don't fit. So hopefully this angle is okay. And then the other thing was I had to make sure that this was tight enough, but I had it clocked to where the flat was here. So that way when this was turning, that the sharp end or the longer end of the nut was able to swing past the flat there. And I'm talking, these are minuscule. I mean, this is effing tight. So that worked out. These are on swivels. I couldn't get that one out, so I replaced it. I got lucky here, though. That is not a swivel. So I think we'll be okay. All right, so now this new valve is ready to go in. Let's see if we can get it to fit. All right, so far I can tell you, this sucked to put on. One, I didn't have pieces I needed, so that's me. But I got these put on. I had to find a couple screws. They're pan heads. They actually grab that a little bit better than the flat heads in the bottom. But it works just fine. So I had to modify this one back here. No biggie. Got to reuse those. It's where it's supposed to be. Got all my fittings transferred over. Like I said, I had to modify these. But we are ready to put air lines in and mount.
So I got the new valve up in there mounted, no air leaks, and we're going to get ready to close this thing up, make sure that it fits. I did have to modify a little bit of the back wiring run because the solenoids were so wide, but everything appears as if it fits well. And then we're going to go ahead and test the coupler to make sure it works, which it does. Air horn works. So the air valve repair is complete. I have a few other repairs to do. I got to change out one of the control handles due to some errors I have. I have a fuel related code that I need to troubleshoot, but they need the Shuttlewagon right now, so I got to let it go since it is operational the way I have it right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that changeover. A little bit of a field repair I had to do. Let me know down in the comments how you thought I did. I thought it was a good repair. Some other people may not agree. But anyways, we'll see you guys next time on Fixed-ish.